I often say that the best way to get ahead of this issue, people that are trying to destroy BTS, trying to get in touch with their accountant, trying to destroy Big Hit and Hype, is to actually refocus back to BTS, highlight their achievements, talk about the quality of their music, emphasize how they're actually changing lives. And so I decided I am going to take my own advice. I am going to refocus back to BTS, and that's why I'm starting this series. I want to talk about some of the songs of BTS that are often misunderstood, underappreciated, and things that are actually songs that are actually important to humanity in general because they talk about issues and problems that are very common to us, issues that are actually destroying relationships and lives, potentials, but because we're not aware of it, we are not able to do something about it. Songs of BTS are actually touching on these issues, and the more we pay attention to them, I think the more BTS's music can make a difference. All right. If you ended up liking this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification button. And of course, share the video if you can. On to the video.
BTS has written some of the most important songs in history. Yes, it's because they are superior in message and in form, but also because they articulate the most common experiences of struggles, issues, and problems that have destroyed lives, relationships, careers, but also rarely dealt with. We aren't often aware of these issues. While it is natural for any BTS song to be talked about, I still think that these songs are rarely talked about in the right way. Most of the time, people concentrate on how beautiful the dance routine is or the records that it's breaking, how well it's doing in the charts, but it's not really examined. Therefore, we miss what it can actually serve to humanity, to ourselves, how the song can actually affect us and make us better. And as we all know, that is what BTS is all about, helping armies become better. So I hope this series can actually inspire armies to refocus back our time to understanding and appreciating the messages of BTS's songs. And I want to start with Black Swan. But before we talk about why this song is important to the whole of humanity, first let's talk about the creative brilliance. Black Swan is inspired by a quote of one of the most influential choreographers of all time, Martha Graham. She said a dancer dies twice, once when they stop dancing, and this first death is the more painful one. While this is in itself thought provoking, this is actually just a trailhead of BTS's trek to finding themselves and to us in finding ourselves as well. By the way, you all have to get to know Martha Graham a little better and watch some of her choreographies and learn her foundational techniques. It's going to give you a whole new appreciation for how Jimin dances. Because as we know, his foundation is actually modern dance. Now, going back to Black Swan, this song is one of the most underrated songs in the world. It is superior, both in form and substance. But for this episode, let's hyper focus on substance. Armies would know by now that they wrote it around the time they were losing the joy or the passion they used to have for what they do, music and performing. Somehow, in the middle of success, while they swam in records, demands, money, acclaim, they were sinking deeper into numbness. If this no longer resonates with me, that is an important part of the song. This specific line may be interpreted in different ways. It can mean resonate or, in Bangtan speak, make their hearts flutter. They could be saying, if no song or music can make my heart flutter. But they also use the word ulida, which could mean to make you cry. And knowing BTS, the double entendre is intentional and also important, critical even in emphasizing the importance of music in their life. Music used to be able to pain them, hurt them, scare them, affect them, just like everything you love or everything that you're passionate about. In fact, only the people or things you love can actually hurt you. In this line, BTS is saying music isn't capable of making them feel anything, not even pain. And this takes their withdrawal to another level. It isn't even as if they hate music. It's actually worse. They were indifferent to music. Numbness is safe, and safe is good, but not when it comes to art. When it is art, safe is tragic. They told me. There was one part of the song that often goes unnoticed by translation, and it's Suga's verse, the opening. In Suga's opening line, Simjang itwiji anande. Often it is translated to my heart doesn't beat anymore, but in fact, he actually said they said my heart isn't beating anymore. There's a distinct difference between those two and an important one at that. By saying they said my heart isn't beating anymore, it means he didn't even realize that he was just coasting through life and wasn't really living. Like he didn't even know that he was dying. He was going about his life, his routine, but didn't notice there isn't any fire in him. This is an important line because it literally sets the tone for the whole song. It's all about abandon, numbness, and the disorienting feeling of being in the midst of nothing. They aren't singing about suffering or harshness of the industry, the haters, or injustice. They are singing about the most tragic thing of all, their indifference towards that one thing they used to be passionate about. And as you know, hate isn't the opposite of love, indifference is. The feeling of total abandon. Black Swan doesn't follow a traditional pop song structure with distinct verse, chorus, and bridge divisions. Instead, it uses layering to build intensity. The song gradually adds vocal harmonies, synths, and bass, creating a continuous well rather than distinct sections. But the more it adds layers, the more distant it sounds. The voices get drowned out by the synths and instruments and vocal distortions. We hear less and less of the raw vocals and more of the manipulated sound, like they were being drowned out by everything else. In fact, in the second half of the song, when J-Hope and Suga were in a confrontation, even their voices were highly auto-tuned, designed to make them sound robotic, lost in the technology and glamour. And this is definitely intentional because the rap lines' voices are rarely auto-tuned. The mere fact that they did it means they wanted to deliver a specific and direct message. So if you're gonna go back and listen to the song, observe how the voices become even more distorted as the song progresses. This approach reinforces the feeling of sinking deeper into complex emotions, as if the music itself is mirroring the inner descent described in the lyrics. Do your thing and film it now. Both these lines seem to say they have given up, that they have surrendered to whatever is going to help them get through. Do whatever you want with me, I don't care anymore. Go ahead and film me now, I don't care what happens to me. And them giving up control is very much not Bangtan. So, why is this song important? BTS's experiences, career, and successes aren't exactly common. How can people relate to this? Because if you pull back, it actually deals with a core problem almost everyone experiences. Problems and issues that have destroyed relationships, careers, potentials, and lives. Routine. Disillusionment with the jobs or people's or our own lives. Losing the magic in a relationship or a career. No matter what it is that we do, or no matter who it is we are with, at some point, it just hits us. The magic is gone. And we forget why we are even in that situation. But the thing is that some wise man once said no one achieves their dream. No one marries the ideal person. When we envision to become something, or get to a specific place, or get married to somebody, we form our own idea of what that life entails. And we imagine beautiful, peaceful, happy things. And we are never right, especially not when it's about the difficult parts of it. If you aspire to become the greatest basketball player of all time, for example, you don't think of the toll it will require on your body. When building a life with someone, you don't dream about the annoying things that you will have to deal with or the baggages the other person is going to bring in the relationship. When you want to become somebody, a profession, or get promoted, you don't really think or willingly submit to the sacrifices that you will have to make in order to get ahead of the rest. For BTS, the toll of success, people they have to deal with, the grind, the toll in their bodies, and sheer speed of their daily life put them in survival mode. This is no different from our jobs and relationships and careers or life in general. Even if we end up getting what we want, we never actually live the life that we imagined. And that causes boredom, disappointments, depression. And this is how someone ends up rebelling or slacking on their job or cheating on their partners. But is there really anything that won't disappoint us or hurt us or bore us? Even if we end up getting another job, it will just be a different kind of politics or a different kind of evil office mates, but still politics, still evil office mates. Even if we stop pursuing a dream and go after something else, it will just be another kind of grind, a whole new set of sacrifices. If we give up on our partner and find somebody else, it's just going to be a new set of annoying, a new set of adjustments, and eventually a different kind of boredom. Black Swan talks about how they are losing their passion for something they love. But more importantly, it is talking about the awareness of it, the knowledge and certainty that this is their passion, this is what they want to do. They are in a slump and they are aware of it. And that's where healing begins. This is the same thing that other people go through. We all go through slumps, but we do need to be aware of it and we do need to be willing to work through it. If we could just be as aware as BTS, maybe we could also heal the same way BTS did.
Okay, so as I've said, this is a first of a series. Next, I think I'm going to do Dionysus. If you have any requests, let me know. But I hope that you can share this video. I hope that you can do your own series or contribute in some way or another, because I really feel that BTS, they're such an insightful, sensitive artist. They are artists of humanity because they really are able to pick some of the most common experiences and problems and issues that not a lot of people articulate. And I think that if people can just learn more about their music, there will be more that may be helped. A lot more people may be able to discover themselves and understand their issues and also start to heal. So let's make an effort to really emphasize the quality of the music of BTS and, of course, their achievements. Okay, if you ended up liking this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification button. And as I've said, please share it. Also, follow me on X or on Twitter, and also be a member of my Patreon community. If you just want to try things out, please subscribe. We do have a free membership, and also follow me on IG. Thank you so much. Till next time.